Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as we all know, AI is a pretty big buzzword right now and it's being used in a lot of applications. In today's video, I want to show you a really handy way where we could use AI to help you create a website. And we could do this in as little as 10 minutes. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing something a bit out of the norm, right? I'm showing you how to do website design, right? So I'm just putting a disclaimer out there. I'm by no means a professional website designer, right? I don't do this for a living. However, I did stumble upon this very useful tool. A couple weeks ago, actually, one of my friends approached me to build a website for him. Usually I'd use WordPress, right? However, as I said, I found a much better and more streamlined way that could give you a basic website up and running in as little as 10 minutes, right? So without any further ado, let's get into it. So as you can see, I'm on Hostinger's website, right? So they actually offer like web hosting, you could purchase a domain name and a bunch of different things related to website creation, right? So for this video, I'm using Hostinger. I have found them to be great. I've seen a lot of great reviews with them. I also use them for a couple of websites that I personally kind of do day-to-day maintenance with, right? And the good thing is if you use my referral code in the description of this video, you get 79% off these web hosting packages, right? So guys, this is something you don't want to miss out. So to get started, use the referral code in the video description, right? Once you land on this page, right, what we want to do is we want to go to claim deal, right? Once we hit on that, it shows you a list of all the different web hosting packages that they have. So if you don't, so let me back up a bit. So to create a website, you actually need a domain name. That's what the website is actually called. For instance, joshuastechtips.com, that's my domain name. And you also need web hosting. That's where the files actually live. So this gives you both, right? This offers the web hosting as well as the domain registering, right? So it has a bunch of different packages. It starts from $249, $369, $899. I personally would recommend going with this package for $369. The reason being, it for just $1 and something more, it offers you better performance, right? They say 5 times performance of the standard, as well as it gives you faster storage, right? So this has regular SSD, but this gives you 200 gigabytes of NVMe storage, which is much faster than regular SSD. Also, it gives you daily backups instead of weekly backups and a bunch of other things here, right? But if you can't afford it, probably go with this. But if you can, I'd say just pay the difference and go with this package, right? It's much better value, right? So let's say you want to select this. Let's say you want to go on this package. You hit add to cart. And here you actually choose the duration that you want. So you could start from 1 month, which makes no sense. This is $30.99 a month, right? From to 12 months to 24 to 48. Again, $48 a month. 48 months gives you the best value. You get it for $295 a month, right? And it works up to $177.12. And you get a saving of $529, right? Actually, you get another discount somewhere here, apparently, because you get it for $144, right? And this is for 4 years, guys. So once you purchase this, you literally don't have to worry about web hosting for the next 4 years, right? If you can't afford that, feel free to go with any one of the other packages. Let's say you want something for under $100, right? You choose this, right? The 2 years one, and you get that for $76, and 61 cents for 2 years. That's pretty good. It's hard to beat, right? So I would say personally, maybe one of these two might be the best value for you, but feel free to choose whichever one you can afford. Next, you want to fill in all your personal information, credit card information, or PayPal, however you choose to pay. And once you do that, hit on submit secure payment and you should be good to go. So once you do that, Give it a couple minutes, you should get an activation email and all that good stuff. So once you get that activation email and log in, head over to the home page. So here you'd have the ability to claim your free domain name. So you get a free domain name for the first year, right? So this is valid for 12 months. After the first year, the domain name itself, it actually renews at, I think it's like $15 per year, which is still a good price, right? So go ahead, and if you don't have a domain name, claim your free domain name, right? So to do that, you just hit on claim domain. You choose, which, what you want to be the actual domain type. If it's a .com, .net, etc. Most people kind of go with .com, right? To check a name, right? Let's just say this is, all right, you can't leave any spaces, is a test by me, right? So you could simply type in what you want your website to be named, your domain name, and just hit check. Apparently this is available, so once it's available, you hit claim domain and you should be good. So once you're finished claiming your domain, head over to websites. Sometimes the actual domain wizard would give you the option to push through to actually create the website, while you're at it, right? If that happens, that's not a problem. Please go ahead and do that. However, if you like to follow this video, you could cancel it and come over here now and hit add website, right? Here you'd have the ability now to choose which type of website you'd like to add, right? So for more advanced users or for people who are familiar with WordPress, feel free to hit WordPress. This allows you to set up and create a WordPress website. However, this video is focused on their AI-powered drag and drop builder, right? So this is their AI tool that allows you to kind of automate and streamline that whole website creation process. So if you're not a developer, you have no idea about how to use WordPress or creating a website, this is the option you want to choose, and this is the option we're choosing for this video, right? So I'm going to hit hosting a website builder and just give it a few seconds for it to redirect us to the actual builder itself. So now this wizard kind of gets you started with creating the website. So let's hit start creating, and we want to enter the brand. So I'm just going to use my brand for this example. Feel free to put whatever you want here, guys. Totally up to you. And you could choose what type of website it is, right? So I'm going to choose blog. However, if you have an online store, let's say you sell products, you could choose that. If you want to choose a landing page, if you have a portfolio, just choose whatever is relevant for you. It's totally editable afterwards. You could also choose other if you're not seeing something that's relevant to your particular, business or service that you offer. So once I chose that, now we need to enter a little description. So this is pretty important because this is what AI uses to generate the website for you. If you're not sure what to put, you simply hit see example, and it kind of shows you, this is what, the description should look like. All right, so this is the little synopsis that I put about my blog, right? This blog focuses on cybersecurity, network administration, system administration. Joshua is very passionate about technology and loves sharing his knowledge with others. Make sure this is green underneath here. That shows you that you have provided enough information for AI to use. If it's yellow or red, you may need to provide a little more information, right? So before I hit create website, as I mentioned, what this blog is focused on, that's what this YouTube channel is always also focused on as well. So if you're interested in any of these things, cybersecurity, network administration, system administration, or just technology in general, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, right? So with that out of the way, I'm going to hit create website. And guys, I'm not going to pause. I'm not going to edit the time on this little clip here. I'm just going to, everything is going to be done in real time. This literally takes seconds. And there we have it, right? The website was created for us, right? So literally, guys, like, I don't know, like 10, 20 seconds it took, and it created us a website, right? And we have two pages, a home page as well as a blog page here as well, right? So this is totally customizable, guys, right? So what I want to do is kind of show you how you could customize this really quickly here, right? So any changes we make to the website, you could simply hit preview. So I'll show you how to do that shortly. All right, so to get started, let me hit on edit site on the top right hand corner there. So this also has a kind of automated website wizard, that takes you through a bunch of different steps where you could, kind of edit the website accordingly to your liking. However, I'm going to kind of show you how to do that manually. So the first thing I want to edit, I have a logo, right, for my site. So I want to hit on this on top here, Joshua's Tech Tips, and go to replace image, and I want to upload my logo. So simply browse wherever on the computer you have your logo, select it and hit open, and it would upload your logo here, right? So my logo was uploaded, so I hit select, and you could see my logo was replaced, right? Simple as that, guys. You could also resize it accordingly here, or you could change the logo position. Right now it's centered, you could change it to the end or to that end, or wherever you think is appropriate, right? I'm going to leave it on the end. I think it looks good there. Next, we could change the writing here, right? So if you want to change the position of the text, it's simple as just dragging up or down or whatever, right? You could, that's how easy it is to change the, the positioning of text. Or if you wish to edit the text itself, right, we could totally do that. Let's say top tips, right, instead of tech tips, top tips, and there we have it, right? It's finished editing the text, right? And it has an auto save feature, so it auto saves what you did. And if you didn't like something for any reason, you want to revert, you could click on this button here, right? This goes back, and this undo, and it undoes what you did, right? So that's just a nice handy feature to know about. Also, if you wanted to hyperlink something to a button, right, we could click on that button, hit on edit button, and we could totally change the name of the button as well. Let's just say we want to learn, instead of learn more, we could do that. And we could change, if we wanted to download a file, we could do that here, right? So you have a free PDF you're offering, you could do that here. Or if you wanted to link it to a blog or another page, you could do that here. If you had a website in particular you wanted to add it to, you could just copy and paste that URL here. Web page. You could copy and paste that URL here, and it would navigate the person to that particular web page. Right? Everything here is totally customizable, guys, and it's pretty simple, right? So there's a contact form underneath here. So if I wanted to edit my email address, again, I could do that here. Let's just say I wanted to put contact at joshuastechtips.com. I could do that. I could also edit my phone number there. For the contact form, I could edit the form as well. So I could choose what's the email address this goes to, right? So let me say, if I want to choose Joshua's Tech Tips at gmail.com, right? Any emails that anytime people try to contact me through this contact form, it would go to this particular email address, right? So you could totally edit this accordingly. We also have the fields. You could edit this as well. Style, animation, all these things are also editable. So forgive me if I'm just kind of rushing through this, but I really don't want the video to be long, but I want to hit the high points for you guys, so you get an idea of what is possible here. So we have social buttons, right? So if I wanted to edit that, I simply hit on edit social icons. And let me say I wanted to, I don't have a Twitter account, I want to delete that. Just hit on that gear wheel, hit delete, that removes the Twitter icon there. Similar, if I didn't have Instagram, I want to move that, I could just remove that there. However, say I had YouTube, which I obviously do because you're watching this video there, I could add my YouTube video URL there, right? To do that, I head over to my YouTube channel, copy the URL, and add new link, and I paste the URL there and check that off, and you can see the URL was added there. Right, so let me say I wanted to preview this, right? I hit preview, so that this shows you how a user would see the website looking. And let me say I wanted to preview that YouTube button that we just edited. If I hit on that, bam, it took me over to my YouTube channel, right? So the button is working. So let me go back to the editor real quick. So as I said, everything is kind of customizable here. Also, if we go, let's go over to the blog page. Here we can edit the blogs accordingly as well. Right, we can add a section. So let me hit add section. Let me hit blog. Right, and I'm just going to select that. So it shows us a listing of the various blogs that we currently have. So these are the blogs that currently exist, right? I could also delete this if I wanted to as well. So let me say delete, and I deleted that section. So this is the current blogs. These, are the current blogs that we have. Let me show you how we can edit these blogs. So if I hit there, right, it shows the blogs that currently exist. So that's these two blogs. I could also add a new post here. So if I go to add, I could use AI again. So this is another powerful tool. We could use AI to generate a blog for us. I probably will not do this. I like to have my content be original, but if you want something to kind of just start with and you'll flesh it out after, you could totally use AI to do that. So let's just say you could edit the words. So let's just say 800 to 1000 and choose a something. So they kind of give you an example there. So let me say this blog describes 10 tips anyone can use to protect themselves online, right? And we could just say 10 useful cyber security tips for online browsing. I don't know, I'm just making this up on the fly. All right, let me just, all right, so yeah, you could do that. You could skip and create the content yourself as I mentioned, which is my preferred method. But if you wanted to use AI, you could do this too. So simply hit create, and this usually, again, it doesn't take that long, like a couple seconds as well, maybe up to a minute to generate a blog for you. Oh, so yeah, it was literally like just while I was talking, I generated this blog. So yeah, here we have, the name of the blog, right? It tells you it's a approximately 3-minute read, and it gives you the blog here. So everything here could be customized as well, right? You could simply, like, I think this font is too big. You could simply choose the font size, edit that, make it a little smaller, and you can edit the text, add in any additional info according, right? So say you want to keep your content kind of original, you could totally start with the AI generated format and edit this accordingly, right? So let me show you how to post that now. So say we're done with the blog and you want to publish it, right? Like these blogs are published. You could unpublish these as well. If you wanted to publish the blog, you hit on publish, and that will publish the blog for us. So let me go to preview and see how that looks. Head over to blog, and there we could see that's the blog that we just published, right? And we could view it accordingly. Again, I'm just kind of going through this really quick, just showing you the basic concepts, and you could feel free to do what you need to do after. All right, so let me just run through some of the things on the sidebar here, right? So we could add new elements to the website by just dragging and dropping. If you wanted to add a new button, simply drag and drop that button. We could edit that button accordingly. We could edit the button where it links to, as well as its style, right? Let me say, change its color, stuff like that. We could do all that, animation, all that good stuff, right? So we could add Buttons, text, image, same concept, just drag and drop and edit it accordingly. We could add pages, right? So we have 2 pages right now. We could edit the names of these pages, right? If I go to settings, we could edit the names, could add a password, right? So yeah, let me show you that. So we could add a password to these pages. So say this is like something for members only or something like that. We could create a password here. So this particular page itself would be locked to the public, and only people that you give that password would have access to that password. And also that's a pretty useful tool as well. Also, we can hide from navigation. So let's say we want to hide the page, we could do that as well. We can also add a new page, right? So if you want to add a new page, simply click add page. Let's say we want to add an online store. Say you sell products, you want to add an online store. Simply select online store, and I'm gonna, you could select store, whatever. I'm gonna leave it as product list. If I hit save, it shows you product list there, but that could say online store if you wanted to rename it, right? And this, so this is great if you have e-commerce businesses as well. Say you actually sell products, you could also do that here as well using Hostinger. Beside that, you could change the arrangement as well too, if you want to, if you choose to. Beside that, you could change the color. So if you don't like the color palette that is being used there, you could totally do that. You just hit change, you select the color. Let's say I want to choose red. For some reason, hit accept. That would have changed wherever, well, certain elements would have been that color. Let me see this black, right? Let me see if I could, right? So it should be this. So let me say I want to change. Oh, I just got off of it, right? So let me see, I want to change that to red. I could do that as well. Accept. All right, so which color is this really? I'm not, let me try this one. All right, there's a bunch of different colors, so you kind of have to just kind of see which one is the color you're referring to. But it has to be one of these dark colors. All right, let me see. I wanted to go with pink. Let's choose pink, right? I'll choose that, accept. All right, so I am confused, but one of these has got to be this, right? Because a lot of them are dark. You just kind of have to go through here and figure out which element it is. And once you do, oh, there you go. So that's the element, right? So I could, kind of experiment which color palettes are appropriate for my design. I'm just gonna kind of go back to what it was before, right? I'm not liking this. Let me change it back to something a little more, in line with the theme, right? Yeah, so you could change the colors there of your website, and that goes for fonts as well, right? Feel free to experiment and change the fonts as well as the animation and the button types and stuff, right? Whether it's rounded, square, whatever. Here are AI tools, right? So we could generate images, AI generated images. We could do that, add it to the website. So let's say I wanted to, sorry, let me go back to here. So let me say I wanted to generate an image. I could do it from there or here, but let me say I know this is the image I want to change. I could come here now and type in what type of image. Let me say cybersecurity hacker. Right, so let me say generate images, right? You actually have to pay for these images here, right? So, but it's just an option. If you wanted to pay, you get, I think it's 1 credit per image. If you pay $2, you could get 100 AI generated images, right? Beside that, we also have free images. So we have access to free images here as well, right? So if you wanted to kind of use some of their stock images that they have, this is free to use here. So we could totally change this image by doing that as well, right? So we have a logo maker. This is, this is okay. I would recommend using something like Canva. There's a lot of tutorials showing you how to use Canva to generate a logo. I recommend using that. This is okay, but I think Canva does a better job. AI Writer, this is similar to the blog generator as well, where it kind of generates content for you using AI. We also have an AI page generator. So say there's a particular page you want to add, let's say about section or something, you could totally use AI to generate a page as well. Also has a heat map, AI heat map. So this kind of shows you where on your website has the potential to generate more traffic just based on the design and stuff like that. So this is a nice feature. I'm not sure how accurate it is. I'm guessing it should be, right? I personally have not used it, but just letting you know, this is an option there as well to use AI to kind of show you which elements of your website could generate, or is generating more, more traction, right? So the more colorful one, the orange color, is where it has the more potential to generate more traffic, and the other colors not so much. Let me just go into this really quick. If you wanted to edit your online store, you could do that here as well. Go and manage product, and last but not least, these three dots gives you general settings for your website, where you could change different things to your website, your favicon, stuff like that. Integration, so you could add Google Analytics, Messenger, WhatsApp, all these things. You could add them to your website by just going through this here. SEO, right? So say you want to make your website show up high on Google, right? Make sure they index properly. You could go through here and use some of the SEO related tools. They kind of show you what to do as well, to step by step, and you have backups as well, right? You also have some help and resources there, but I didn't want to make the video too long, guys. I just kind of wanted to show you the overall concepts, and you could kind of play and experiment with these things accordingly. Last but not least, I want to show you there's a mobile view here. So if we click on that, it gives you an idea of how it will show up on mobile. So as we know, most people use their phones nowadays to do anything. So you want to make sure to, beside formatting how the desktop version looks, come over to the mobile, and you could drag and drop and edit accordingly to make sure it's showing up properly on the mobile view as well, right? So just throwing that out there, make sure to optimize your mobile aspect of your website as well. So once we're good with our website and we have finished optimizing and we want to go live, what you could do is hit preview, make sure everything is looking as it should look. Obviously mine needs some work still, but once you're good with yours, you're just hitting the go live button there. And this basically makes your website public, right? So to see your website, I'm just gonna click view site, and this is gonna show you your website live on the internet. So this is your website. This is my website. In fact, here, this is what the public will see once they visit your website on the internet, right? So, and voila, there you have it, a website. In a couple of minutes you could have your website up and running, guys. All right, guys, so I'm sorry, I didn't really expect the video to be so long, but as I said, just using these concepts in a matter of 10 minutes or less, you could literally have your website up and running, guys. So that brings me to the end of this video. If you found any value in this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. Also, if you're considering building a website but you were just too intimidated in the past, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do so and save some money instead of having to hire a website designer, right? Just head over to Hostinger using the referral link below and get started today. As always, I want to thank you so much for viewing, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.